Hello everybody. That come to this video. I'm just gonna get straight into this. I'm reading Leviticus chapter 15 out of the King James version of the Bible, New King James version of the Bible. So yeah. And the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, speaking to the children of Israel. Hey, Cece. Speaking to the children of Israel, and say to them, when any man has a discharge from his body, his discharge is unclean, and this shall be unclean cleanliness in regard to his discharge, whether his body runs with his dis- discharge or his body is stopped by his discharge, it is his uncleanliness. Every bed is unclean on which he who has the discharge lies, and everything on which he sits shall be unclean. And whoever touches his bed shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. He who sits on anything on which he who has the discharge set shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. And he who touches the body of him who has the discharge shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. If he who has the discharge spits on him who is clean, then he who shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. And any saddle on which he who has the discharge rides shall be unclean. Whoever touches any. Good morning, Latanya. Oh, okay. I hope y'all having a blessed day, a good day, chilling. Whoever touches anything that was under him shall be unclean until evening. He who carries any of those things shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. And whomever the one who has the discharge touches and has not rinsed his hands in water, he shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. The vessel of earth that he who has the discharge touches shall be broken, and every vessel of wood shall be rinsed in water. And when he who has a discharge is cleansed of his discharge, then he shall count for himself 7 days for his cleansing, wash his clothes, and bathe his body in running water. Then he shall be clean. On the 8th day he shall take for himself 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, and shall come to the Lord to the door of the tabernacle of meeting, and give them to the priest. Then the priest shall offer them, the one as a sin offering and the other as a burnt offering. So the priest shall make anointment to him before the Lord because of the discharge. If any man has an emission of semen, then he shall wash his body in water and be unclean until evening. And any garment and any leather or on which these there is semen in which shall be washed with water and be unclean until evening. Also, when a woman lies with a man and there is an emission of semen, they shall bathe in water and be unclean until evening. If a woman shall if a woman has a discharge and the discharge from her body is blood, she shall set apart 7 days, and whoever touches her shall be unclean until evening. Everything that she lies on during her impurity shall be unclean. Also, everything that she sits on shall be unclean. Whoever touches her bed shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. And whoever touches anything that she sat on shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. If anything is on her bed or on anything on which she sits when she touches it, she shall be unclean until evening. And if any man lies with her at all, so that her impurity is on him, he shall be unclean 7 days, and every bed on which he lies shall be unclean. If a woman has a discharge of blood for many days other than at the time of her customary impurity, or if it runs beyond her usual time of impurity, all the days of her unclean discharge shall be as the days of her customary impurity. She shall be unclean. Every bed on which she lies all the days of her discharge shall be to her as the bed of her impurity, and whatever she sits on shall be unclean as the unholiness of her impurity. Whoever touches those things shall be unclean. He shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. But if she is cleansed of her discharge, then she shall count for herself 7 days, and after that she shall be unclean. On the eighth day she shall take for herself 2 turtle doves and 2 young pigeons, and bring to them to the priest to the door of the tabernacle of meeting. And the priest shall offer the one as a sin offering and the other as a burnt offering. And the priest shall make anointment for her before the Lord for the discharge of her uncleanliness. Thus you shall separate the children of Israel from their uncleanliness, lest they die in their uncleanliness when they defile my tabernacle that is among them. This is the law for one who has a discharge, and for him who emits semen and is unclean thereby, and for he and for her who is indisposed because of her customary impurity, and for one who has a discharge, either man or woman, and for him who lies with her who is unclean. Okay, so now I'm on chapter 16. Now the Lord spoke to Moses after the death of the 2 sons of Aaron, when they offered profane fire before the Lord and died. And the Lord said to Moses, tell Aaron your brother not to come at just any time into the holy place inside the veil, before the mercy seat which is on the ark, lest he die. For I will appear in the cloud above the mercy seat. Thus Aaron shall come into the holy place with the blood of the young bull as a sin offering, and of a ram as a burnt offering. He shall put the holy linen tunic and the linen trousers on his body. He shall be girded with a linen sash, and with the linen turban he shall be attired. These are holy garments. Therefore he shall wash his body in water and put them on. And he shall take the congregation of the children of Israel 2 kids of the goats as a sin offering, and 1 ram as a burnt offering. Aaron shall offer the bull as a sin offering, which is for him, and to make anointment for himself and for his house. He shall take the 2 goats and present them before the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of meeting. Then Aaron shall cast lots for the 2 goats, one lot for the Lord and the other for the scapegoat. And Aaron shall bring the goat on which the Lord's lot fell, and offer it as a sin offering. But the goat on which the lot fell to be the scapegoat shall be presented alive before the Lord, to make anointment upon it, and to let it go as the scapegoat into the wilderness. And Aaron shall bring the bull of the sin offering, which is for himself, and make anointment for himself and for his house. He shall kill the bull as the sin offering, which is for himself. Hello. I'm on Leviticus chapter 16, verse 12. Then he shall take censer full a censer full of burning coals of fire for the altar before the Lord, with his hands full of sweet incense beaten fine, and bring inside the vial. And he shall put the incense on the fire before the Lord, that the cloud of incense may cover the mercy seat that is on the testimony, lest he die. He shall take some of the blood of the bull and sprinkle it with his fingers on the mercy seat on the east side. And before the mercy seat he shall sprinkle some of the blood with his fingers 7 times. He shall kill the goat of the sin offering which is for the people, bring its blood inside the vial. do with the blood as he did with the blood of the bull, and sprinkle it on the mercy seat and before the mercy seat. So he shall make anointment for the holy place because of the uncleanness of the children of Israel, and because of the transgressions for all their sins. And so he shall do for the tabernacle of meeting which remains among them in the midst of of their uncleanness. There shall be no man in the tabernacle of meeting when he goes in to make anointment in the holy place until he comes out, that he that he make that he may make anointment for himself, for his household, and for all the assembly of Israel. And he shall go out to the altar that is before the Lord and make anointment for it. And he shall take some of the blood of the bull and some of the blood of the goat and put it on the horns of the altar all around. Then he shall sprinkle some of the blood on it with his finger 7 times, cleanse it, and consecrate it from the uncleanness of the children of Israel. And when he has made an end of anointment for the holy place, the tabernacle of meeting, and the altar, he shall bring the live goat. Aaron shall lay both his hands on the head of the live goat, confess over it all the iniquities of the children of Israel and all their transgressions concerning all their sins, putting them on the head of the goat, and shall send it away into the wilderness by the hand of the suitable man. The goat shall bear on itself all the iniquities and the uninhabited land, and he shall release the goat in the wilderness. Then Aaron shall come into the tabernacle of meeting, shall take off the linen garments which he put on when he went into the holy place, and shall leave them there. And he shall wash his body with water in a holy place, but on his garments come out and offer his burnt offering and the burnt offering of the people, and make anointment for himself and for the people. The fat of the sin offering he shall burn on the altar. He who releases the goat as the scapegoat shall wash his clothes and bathe his body as water in water, and afterward he may come into the camp. The bull of the sin offering and the goat. So I'm on Leviticus chapter 16, verse 27. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, y'all. If I had like a little mess up on the connection. Verse 27. The bull for the sin offering and the goat of the sin offering whose blood was brought into the to make the anointment in the holy place shall be carried outside the camp, and they shall burn in the fire their skins, their flesh, and their offal. Then he who burns them shall wash his clothes and bathe his body in water, and afterward he may come into the camp. This shall be a statute forever for you. In the 7th month, on the 10th day of the 7th month, who shall affiliate a no wait afflict your souls and do not work at all. For on the day for on that day the priest shall make anointment for you to cleanse you, that you may be clean for all your sins before the Lord. It is a Sabbath solemn rest for you, and you shall afflict your souls. It is a statute forever. And the priest who is anointed and consecrated to minister as priest in his father's place shall make anointment and put on the linen clothes, the holy garments. Then he shall make anointment for the holy sanctuary, and he shall make anointment for the tabernacle of meeting and for the altar, and he shall make anointment for the priests and for all the people of the assembly. This shall be an everlasting statute for you, to make anointment for the children of Israel for all their sins once a year. And he did as the Lord commanded Moses. chapter 17. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron and his sons and all the children of Israel, and say to them,
How you go underwear? How do you spell underwear?
Hey,
Hmm?
okay, Leviticus chapter 17. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron, to his sons, and to all the children of Israel, and say to them, This is the thing which the Lord has commanded, saying, Whatever man of the house of Israel who kills the ox or lamb or goat in the camp, or who kills it outside the camp, and does not bring it to the door of the tabernacle of meeting to offer an offering to the Lord before the tabernacle of the Lord, the guilt of blood shall shed shall be imputed to that man. He who has shed blood, and that man shall be cut off from among his people, to the end of the children of Israel may bring their sacrifices which they offer in the open field, that they may bring them to the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of meeting to the priests, and offer them a peace offering to the Lord. And the priest shall sprinkle the blood of the altar of the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the meeting, and burn the fat for a sweet aroma to the Lord. They shall no more offer their sacrifices to demons, after whom they have played their harlot. This shall be a statute forever for them throughout their generations. Also you shall say to them, Whatever man of the house of Israel, or of the strangers who dwell among you, who offers a burnt offering or sacrifice, and does not bring it to the door of the tabernacle of meeting to offer it to the Lord, that man shall be cut off from among his people. And whatever man of the house of Israel, of the strangers who dwell among you, who eats any blood, I will set my face against that person who eats blood, and will cut off from among his people. For the life of the flesh is the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make anointment for the souls. For it is the blood that makes anointment for the souls. Therefore I said to the children of Israel, No one among you shall eat blood, nor shall any stranger who dwells among you eat blood. Whatever man of the children of Israel, or the strangers who dwell among you, who hunts and catches any animal or bird that may be eaten, he shall pour its blood and cover it with dust. For it is the life of all flesh. Its blood sustains its life. Therefore I said to the children of Israel, You shall not eat the blood of any flesh, for the life of all flesh is its blood. Whoever eats it shall be cut off. And every person who eats what died naturally, or what was torn by beasts, whether he is native or of your own country, or a stranger, he shall both wash his clothes and bathe in water, and be unclean until evening. He shall be clean. But if he does not wash them or bathe his body, then he shall bear his guilt. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, I am the Lord of God. According to the doings of the land of, oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm on Leviticus chapter 18. I'm on verse 3. According to the doings of the land of Egypt, where you dwelt, you shall not do, and according to the doings of the land of Canaan, where I am bringing you, you shall not do, nor shall you walk in the ordinance. You shall observe my judgments and keep my ordinance to walk in them. I am the Lord your God. You shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man does, he shall live by them. I am the Lord. None of you shall approach anyone who is near of kin to him, to uncover his nakedness. I am the Lord. The, the, the nakedness of your father and the nakedness of your mother you shall not uncover. She is your mother. You shall not uncover her nakedness. The nakedness of your father's wife you shall not uncover is your father's nakedness. The nakedness of your sister, your daughter of your father, or the daughter of your mother, whether born at home or elsewhere, their nakedness you shall not uncover. The nakedness of your son's daughter, your daughter's daughter, their nakedness you shall not uncover, for theirs is your own unnakedness. The nakedness of your father's wife's daughter, begotten by your father, she is your sister. You shall not uncover her nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's sister. She is near to kin to your father. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister, for she is near to kin to your mother. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's brother. You shall not approach his wife. She is your aunt. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your daughter in law. She is your son's wife. You shall not uncover her nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your brother's wife. It is your brother's nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of a woman or and her daughter, nor shall you take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness. They are near kin to you, to her. It is wickedness. Nor shall you take a woman as a rival of her sister to uncover her nakedness while the other is alive. Also, you shall not approach a woman to uncover her nakedness as long as she is in her customary impurity. Moreover, you shall not lie carnal with your neighbor's wife, to defile yourself with her. And you shall not let any of your discretions pass through the fire of Mosh, nor shall you profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. You shall not lie with or make as with a woman. It is a wait. You shall not lie with a male as with a woman. It is a it is an abomination. Nor shall you mate with any animal to defile yourself with it. Nor shall any woman stand before an animal to mate with it. It is perversion. Do not defile yourselves with any of these things, for by all these the nations are defiled, which I am casting out before you. For the land is defiled. Therefore I visit the punishments of its impurity, no, its iniquity upon it, and the land vomits out its inhabitants. You shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and shall not commit any of the abominations, either any of your own nation or any stranger who dwells among you. Verse 27. First, for all these abominations the men of the land have done, who were before you, and thus the land is defiled. Lest the land vomit you as wait, vomit you, vomit you out also when you defile it, as it vomited out the nations that were before you. For whoever commits any of these abominations, the persons who commits them shall be cut off from among their people. Therefore you shall keep my ordinance, so that you do not commit any of these abominable customs which were committed before you, and that you do not defile yourselves by them. I am the Lord your God. Verse 19. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say to them, You shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy. Every one you shall revere his mother. Wait. Every one of you shall revere his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God. Do not turn to idols, nor make yourself molded gods. I am the Lord your God. And if you offer a sacrifice of peace offering to the Lord, you shall offer it of your own free will. I shall be eaten the same it shall be eaten the same day and offer it, and on the next day, and if any remains until the third day, it shall be burned in the fire. And if it is eaten at all on the third day, it is an abomination. It shall not be accepted. Therefore, anyone who eats it shall bear his iniquity, because he has profaned the hallowed offering of the Lord, and that person shall be cut off from his people. When you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not wholly wallow reap the you shall not wallow reap the corners of your field, nor shall you gather the gleanings of the harvest. You shall not glean your vineyard, nor shall you gather every grape of your vineyard. You shall leave them for the poor and the stranger. I am the Lord your God. You shall not steal, nor deal falsely, nor lie to one another. And you shall not swear my name falsely, nor shall you profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. You shall not cheat your neighbor, nor rob him. The wages of him who is hired shall not remain with you all night until morning. You shall not curse the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but shall fear the God. Should fear your God. I am the Lord. You shall do no injustice in judgment. You shall not be partial to the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. In righteousness you shall judge your neighbor. You shall not go about as a tabernacle among your people. Good morning. I tried to come to your live yesterday, but as soon as I clicked on it, it was off. It was only like 2 minutes. But I said, I guess she got off. I don't know. I'm on Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. You shall not hate your brother in your heart. You shall surely rebuke your neighbor and not bear sins because of him. You shall not take vengeance, nor bear any grudge against the children of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. You shall keep my statutes. You shall not let your livestock breed with another kind. You shall not sow your field with mixed seeds, nor shall a garment of mixed linen and wool come upon you. Whoever lies cranially with a woman who is betrothed to a man as a concubine, and who has not at all been redeemed nor given her freedom, for this there shall be scourging, but they shall not put to death, because she was not free. And he shall bring his trespass offering to the Lord, to the door of the tabernacle of meeting, a ram as a trespass offering. The priest shall make an anointment for him with the ram's two trespass offering before the Lord for his sin which he has committed. And the sin which he has committed shall be forgiven him. When he come into the land and have planted all kind of trees for food, then he shall count their fruit as uncircumcised 3 years. It shall be an uncircumcised to you. It shall not be eaten. But it's in the fourth year all its fruit shall be holy, a praise to the Lord. And in the 5th year you may eat its fruit, that it may yield to you its increase. I am the Lord your God. You shall not eat anything with the blood, nor shall you practice deviation or soothsayings. You shall not shave around the sides of your head, nor shall you diffuse the edges of your beard. You shall not make any cuttings into the flesh for the dead, nor tattoo any marks on you. I am the Lord. Do not prostitute your daughter to cause her to be a harlot, lest the land into harlotry, and the land be, become full of wickedness. You shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord. Give no regard to mediums and familiar spirits. Do not seek after them to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God. You shall rise before the gray headed and honor the presence of an old man and fear your God. I am the Lord. And if a stranger dwells with you in your land, you shall not mistreat him. The stranger who dwells among you shall be to you as one born among you, and you shall love him as yourself. For you were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. You shall do no injustice in judgment and measurement of length, weight, or volume. You shall have honest scales, honest weights, and honest affy, and an honest hen. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt. Therefore you shall observe all my statutes and all my judgments and perform them. I am the Lord. Well, y'all, let's see how long I've been on here. What? I only been on here 30 minutes. What time is it here?
2:43.
Huh?
2:43.
I guess I could reach after 20. I don't know if. Let's see what y'all talking about up in here. Oh Lord, I had so many people up in here. Oh Lord. I know y'all probably all gone. But thank you for everybody who stopped by. Shout outs to Ann, shout outs to Cece, shout out to Amir, good morning. Shout out to Music, shout out to Bejon, how y'all doing? Thank y'all everybody for stopping and saying hello to me this morning. I'm just up in here reading my Bible or whatever. That's all I'm doing, just reading,
I
you
found
know.
the most
But
amazing gap ever.
oh, thank you. I'm glad everybody was able to, pass by and say hello and good morning. I hope everybody having a good day. Um, I'm having an alright day. About to get ready to go to church in a little while, and then we going to the movies. Well, I need to go to Walmart too, but then we gonna go to the movies, and then I don't know what I'm doing after that. But yeah, so all right, y'all. We on chapter 20 of Leviticus. So Leviticus chapter 20. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, again you shall say to the children, all right, and see you later. Then you then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, again you shall say to the children of Israel, whoever of the children of Israel or the strangers who dwell in Israel, who gives any of his discretions to Moloch, shall surely be put to death. Then the people of the land shall stone him with stones. I will set my face against that man, and will cut him off from his people, because he has given some of his descendants to Moloch to defile my sanctuary and profane my holy name. And if the people of the land should in any way hide their eyes from the man when he gives some of his descendants to Moloch, and they do not kill him, then I will set my face against that man and against his family, and I will cut him off from his people, and all who prostitute themselves with him to commit harlotry with Moloch. And the person who turns to the mediums and familiar spirits to prostitute himself with them, I will set my face against that person and cut him off from his people. Consecrate yourselves therefore and be holy, For I am the Lord your God, and you shall keep my statutes and perform them. I am the Lord who sanctifies you. For everyone who curses his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. He he has cursed his father or his mother, his blood shall be upon him. The man who commits adultery with another man's wife, he who commits adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. The man who lies with his father's wife has uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. If a man lies with his daughter in law, both of them shall surely be put to death. They have committed perversion. Their blood shall be upon them. If a man lies with a male as he lies with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. If a man marries a woman and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burned with fire. If a man marries a woman and his mother, and her mother, and her mother. If a man marries a woman and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burned with fire, both he and they, that there may be no wickedness among you. If a man males, if a man, if a man mates with an animal, he shall surely be put to death, and you shall kill the animal. If a woman approaches any animal and mates with it, you shall kill the woman and the animal. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood is upon you. If a man takes his sister, his father's daughter, or his mother's daughter, and sees her nakedness, and sees his nakedness, it is a wicked thing, and they shall be cut off in the sight of their people. He has uncovered his sister's nakedness. He shall bear his guilt. If a man lies with a woman during her sickness and uncover her nakedness, he has exposed her flow, and he has uncovered the flow of her blood. Both of them shall be cut off from their people. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Well, see, I can't read the comments, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm about to just finish reading what I was reading, and I'm not even gonna pay attention to the comments. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna come back to the comments in a little while, but right now I just gotta do this because if I read the comments, it's just too much. Okay. If a man lies with a woman during her sickness and uncovers her nakedness, he has exposed her flow, and she has uncovered the flow of her blood. Both of them shall be cut off from their people. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister, nor the father of your father's sister, for that will uncover his near to kin. They shall bear their guilt. If a man lies with his uncle's wife, he is uncovered his uncle's nakedness. They shall bear their sins, and they shall die childless. If a man takes his brother's wife, it is an unclean thing. He has uncovered his brother's nakedness. They shall be childless. You shall therefore keep all my statutes and my judgments, and perform them, that the land where I am bringing you to dwell may not vomit you out. You you shall not walk in the statute of the nation which I am casting out before you, for they commit all these things, and therefore I abhor them. I have said to you, you shall inherit their land, and I will give it to you to give it to you to possess a land flowing with milk and honey. I am the Lord your God who has separated you from the peoples. You shall therefore distinguish between clean animals and unclean, between clean birds and unclean, and you shall make yourselves abominable by beast or by bird or by any of living thing that creeps on the ground, which I have separated you as unclean. You shall be holy to me, for I, the Lord, am holy, and have separated you from the peoples, that you shall be mine. A man or a woman who is medium or who has familiar spirits shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones. Their blood shall be upon you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Bijan, for the thumbs up. Everybody, thank y'all for coming and stopping by. If you're watching this video on a replay, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification button, all that, you know. But, yeah. Okay, so I'm still reading, y'all. Okay, so I'm on Leviticus chapter 21. Leviticus chapter 21. Whoever in here, can you hear me clearly? I hope so, because I just been talking all this time and I don't even know if I sound clear. I hope I do. But I'm on Leviticus chapter 21. And the Lord said to Moses, speak to the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say to them, none shall defile himself for the dead among his people, except for his relatives who are nearest to him, his father, his sons, his daughters, and his brother, also his virgin sister who is near to him, who has had who has had no husband. For her he may defile himself. Wait, what? Wait, let me read this again. And the Lord said to Moses, speak to the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say to them, none shall defile himself for the dead among his people, except for his relatives who are nearest to him, his mother, his father, his sons, his daughters, his brothers, also his virgin sister who is near to him, who has had no husband, for he may defile himself. Oh, that means he could cry. Oh. Otherwise he shall not defile himself, being a chief man among his people to profane himself. They shall not make any bald place on their heads, nor shall they shave the edges of their beards, nor make any cuttings on their flesh. They shall be holy to their God, and not profane the name of their God. For they offer the offerings of the Lord made by fire, and the beard of their God. Therefore they shall be holy. They shall not take a wife, nor be a harlot, or a defiled woman, nor shall they take a woman divorced from her husband. For the priest is from oh wait, nor shall they take a woman divorced from her husband, for the priest is holy to his God. Therefore you shall consecrate him for his offers and beard of your God. He shall be holy to you, for the Lord shall sanctify you. Am holy. He shall be holy to you who sanctify you, for I am the for the for I the Lord am holy. Oh, okay. The daughter of any priest, if she profanes herself by planning the harlot, she profanes her father, she shall be burned with fire. He who is the high priest among his brethren, on whose head the anointing oil was poured, and who is consecrated to wear the garments, shall not uncover his head, nor tear his clothes, nor shall he go near any dead body, nor defile himself for his father or his mother, nor shall he go out of the sanctuary, nor profane the sanctuary of his God, for the consecration of the anointing oil of his God is upon him. I am the Lord. And he shall take a wife in her virginity. A widow or a divorced woman or a defiled woman is a harlot. These he shall not marry, but he shall not but he shall take a virgin to his own place as his wife. Nor shall he profane his prosperity among his people, for I, the Lord, sanctify him. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron, saying, No man of your descendants in succeeding generations who has any defect may approach to offer the beard of his God. For any man who has a defect shall not approach a man blind or lame, who has a marred face or any limb too long. A man who has a broken foot or a broken hand, or is a hunchback or a dwarf, or a man who has a defect in his eye, or eczema, or scab, or is a eunuch, no man of the descendants of Aaron the priest who has a defect shall come near to offer the offerings may be made by fire to the Lord. He has a defect. He shall not come near or offer the beard of his God. He may eat the beard of his God, both the most holy and the holy. Only he shall not go near the vial to approach the altar, because he has a defect, lest he profane my sanctuaries, for the Lord sanctify them. And Moses told it to Aaron and his sons and all the children of Israel. Chapter 22. Okay, I'm gonna probably just stop at chapter 22. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just stop at chapter 22, y'all. So, Leviticus chapter 22. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron and his sons, that they separate themselves from the holy things of the children of Israel, and that they do not profane my holy name. They tried what they dedicated to me. I am the Lord. Say to them, whoever of all your descendants throughout your generations who goes near the holy things which the children of Israel dedicate to the Lord, while he has uncleanliness upon him, that person shall be cut off from my presence. I am the Lord. Whatever man of the descendants of Aaron who is a leper or has a discharge shall not eat the holy offerings until he is clean. And whoever touches anything made unclean by a corpse, or a man who has a emission of semen, or whoever touches any creeping thing by which he would be made unclean, or has any person by whom he would become unclean, whatever his uncleanness may be. The person who has touched such things shall be unclean until evening, and shall not eat the holy offerings unless he washes his body with water. And when the sun goes down, he shall be clean, and afterward he may eat the holy offerings because of his food. It is his food. Whatever dies naturally or is torn by beasts, he shall not eat. To defile him with it, I am the Lord. They shall therefore keep my accordance, lest they bear, lest they hear, no, lest they bear sin for it and die therefore. Thereby it is profane, if they profane it. I, the Lord, sanctify them. No outsider shall eat the holy offering. One who dwells with a priest or a hired servant shall not eat the holy thing. But if the priest buys a person with his money, he shall eat it, and one who is born in his house may eat his food. If the priest's daughter is married to an outsider, she may not eat the holy offerings. But if the priest's daughter is a widow or divorced and has no child, and has returned to his father's house as in her youth, she may eat her father's food, but no outsider shall eat it. And if a man eats the holy offering unintentionally, then he shall restore a holy offering to the priest and add 1/5 to it. They shall not profane the holy offerings of the children of Israel, which they offer to the Lord, or allow them to bear the guilt of trespasses when they eat their holy offerings. For I, the Lord, sanctify them. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron and his sons and to all the children of Israel, and say to them, Whatever man of the house of Israel or of the strangers of in Israel who offers his sacrifice for any of his vows or for any of his free will offerings which they offer to the Lord as a burnt offering. You shall offer of your own free will a male without blemish from the cattle, from the sheep, or from the goats. Whatever has a defect you shall not offer, if for it shall not be acceptable on your behalf. And whoever offers a sacrifice of a peace offering to the Lord to fulfill his vow, or a freewill offering from the cattle or the sheep, it must be perfect to be accepted. There shall be no defect in it. Those that are blind or broken or maimed or have an ulcer or eczema or scab, you shall not offer to the Lord, nor make an offering by fire to them on the altar to the Lord. Either a bull or a lamb that has any limb too long or too short may offer as a free will offering, but for a vow it shall not be accepted. You shall not offer to the Lord what is bruised or cursed or torn or cut, nor shall you make any offering of them in your land. Nor from a foreigner's hand shall you offer any of these as the bread of your God, because their corruption is in them, and defects are in them. They shall not be accepted on your behalf. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, When a bull or a sheep or a goat is born, it shall be 7 days with its mother, and for the 8th day and thereafter it shall be accepted as an offering made by fire to the Lord. Whether it is a cow or ewe, or do not kill both her and her young on the same day. And when you offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving to the Lord, offer it of your own free will. On the same day it shall be eaten. You shall not leave none of it. You shall leave none of it until the morning. I am the Lord. Therefore, you shall keep my commandments and perform them. I am the Lord. You shall not profane my holy name, but I will be hallowed among the children of Israel. I am the Lord who sanctifies you, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, The feasts of the Lord, which you shall proclaim to be holy convocations, these are my feasts. 6 days until shall work 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is a Sabbath of solemn rest, a holy convocation. Wait, no. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I'm finished. Well, y'all, I gotta stop reading. Well, y'all, I read too much. All right, y'all. Well, I was supposed to stop at chapter 22, so I stopped at chapter 23. Looks like. Let me make sure. Let me just make sure I'm gonna start at 31 just to be on the safe side, because I think I read too far down. But therefore, you shall keep my commandments and perform them. I am the Lord. You shall not profane my holy name, but I will be hallowed among the children of Israel. I am the Lord who sanctifies you, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord. And that was the end of chapter 22 of Leviticus. So now we're going to move on to chapter 23 probably next Sunday. And I just want to thank everybody for coming and reading the Bible with me, even if you stay for a little while or you stay for a long time. I appreciate you and thank you for stopping by. See you guys.